The GT2 cars of ACC are cars I quite like. I've done a race round Spa in them, and that's been it. However, today we're doing GT2 racing once again at a track that probably doesn't suit them at all. Zandvoort. We are in the Maserati GT2. I've forgotten what it's called already. We're starting a random group position. 26 cars, I believe, on the field here today. And yeah, we shall see how we get on here for this one here. 15 minutes here in the GT2 car here, and it should be a ton of fun. Especially what the Alpine showed. Even though GT4s can be fun, run basically any track. You chuck them around Yas Marina and they'd be a ton of fun. Probably even GT3s. You could probably chuck any GT3 car around any GT3. You could probably chuck any GT car around any track and it would probably be a good bit of fun. So yeah, let's get on with it. And here we are here, starting 16th of the grid here today in our Maserati. We've got a KTM alongside us, a Merc in front of us with a KTM alongside it. There, the other Maserati, a couple rows up the road. There's actually only 20 cars. I did lie. There's only 20 cars in this field, not 26. The field thing did say 26 cars, although it is lied. So yeah, let's get on with it. So here we are in our Maserati here. A very nice car to drive from the brief amount of time that I have driven it here as we leave the grid actually there. Merc behind us and a Porsche behind it. There. Here in Zandvoort. Pretty nimble car this. Now the GT2s are, I'd say, a bit heavier than the GT3s. They're quicker in a straight line, although they're probably worse in the corners. I mean, the KTM's decent around the corners, but yeah, very fun cars. These, the GT2s. Also brings with them the Red Bull Ring, which I have driven around it, like 2 laps around it. But not much at all around it here as they come to the green flag. The green flag's out now here. Very much opposite to the GT4 nonsense that we did in the Alpines. It wasn't even GT4s, it was just Alpine spec, really. But they are GT4 cars that we did. Is we're going to tuck in behind this KTM now here, down to the next turn now here. Try not go into the back of Mercedes, that's suboptimal there. There's yellow flags, dirt being kicked up ahead. Is now round the hairpin we come once again. Once again side by side with the KTM, but managed to get single file now on our own. Hopefully we don't have a massive moment like we did in the Alpine this time. Although the Mercs do seem to be on a mission to try and make that happen here. But no, that's not going to happen here in today. And we're actually going to make it around that corner fairly nicely there. As now diving up the inside of the Merc there, now catching up to the other Merc. Send it there, the brakes giving us a bit of a wobble, but we managed to hold the wobble. Unlike the Alpine where we just kept wobbling. But we did eventually catch that one after losing to come last. Or after falling down the field and into the gravel. We went with them, but now down the back stretch there, not even really a back stretch, it's just a minor straight in these things. They're so quick in a straight line. Now this last corner here, usually a big bank thing, but will we be able to do it flat like the GT4s and GT3s? We shall find out as we manage to get round the outside of our fellow Maserati. No, I wouldn't say you could do that flat out just about. The entry's a bit, it's a bit tricky in these as we come round. The Zandvoort's probably a bit of an undersized track for these cars, because they're just mad quick in a straight line. GT3s are good, GT4s are fab round there, but you could make anything fun in a GT4, but the GT2s maybe a bit big for this track. It's a bit like how you maybe wouldn't lob LMP2s around Alton Park. LMP3s, ton of fun. LMP2s maybe a bit too big. LMP1s, no chance. However, GT4s, they seem perfect for any track really. They can make anything fun. As we come around now, exiting the big wide corner there, trying to keep up with this KTM up ahead in our lovely Maserati. Reminds me of the Valentino Rossi paint scheme in this is our left tyres once again absolutely inferno here in Zandvoort. Same with our GT4 tyres. After a moment they were pretty hot, as now we come down for a matter of seconds down this backstretch before having to slam on the brakes again to come round to here. So we've got a couple of Audis ahead of this KTM. See what they're up to. Now to catch up, as one of the Audis did decide that going around the outside of that corner was a good idea, which it isn't, by the way. Can't quite take this corner flat out because it'll wash out wide. There, that KTM did it excellently. They're going to gain on us, but we're going to have the slipstream down to turn number 1. Big brakes. Big brakes. Down to T1. Want to try and get a nice run in this Maserati, this KTM, sorry, here. Into maybe this hairpin preferably. I would like to get a move done. However, he will deny us of that. We're going to try going out and exit a bit thinner, but no, that's not going to work. We'll get him maybe down the chicane thing. Why have we got track limits there? Don't notice us going off track, because I mean if we did, it would be pretty noticeable, because Zandvoort's just grass everywhere. As we come around now, down the back stretch, not the back stretch, down towards the back stretch. Still chasing this damn KTM. As we come round. Now here are these GT2s. I will say probably a bit too big for Zandvoort. Maybe. I will admit that. But they're fun. It's a nice challenge. 812 car leading the way. Big brakes once again, but managed to stop way after the KTM managed to get slowed down off the corner. He takes that way too slowly there. Can we stick our bumper in on the KTM? No, we cannot. So we're going to have to rely on some antics into the final corners, which we have managed to get the antics done. Trying to take the line we did in the GT4s there. That's a lot nicer of a run out there. Can I catch up to the Saudi now? Try getting to the top 10 this time. Audi's got a mad wing on that thing and a mad jet engine on top. It looks like there are 3 Audis actually in front of us. Now then a Merc. Don't see any Porsche 935s, unfortunately. Although I don't think they'd be in. They're not a thing in the GT2 thing. It is part of the GT2 pack, although they're not there. There is schemes for it. However, they're not in the GT2 challenge. If you did an open series with GT2s, they might appear, yeah. But not this one. Here as we come around now. That mid sector is where we lose time. This mid sector, actually, I mean, the last sector is where we properly gain. There, basically from this corner onwards, is where we decide that we're gonna get wriggle on as we mess up the corner. Got a KTM on us, gonna hold and get the braking line done as the Audi nearly up on 2 wheels there, slowing the other Audi down. He's went out the outside again there, so we are going to be able to catch up to him here around the final corner. Wheel cocks now. Just try not to go in the grass. That's all now here as you come flying down now 245, 250k and slowing down to only a matter of about 100 for turn number 1. What a move that was up the inside of turn number 1, running him out the road there basically. He had to back out of that one there. As we come round to the end of sector 1, I want to say this is. Yep, it is. Oh, not again. Clip the grass of the entry, bounces a bit weirdly there. That wasn't fun. Although we've kept in the straight line. Wasn't as major as we've had moments around there before. However, it's still a slight moment. A bit scary. However, it is okay. As you come out the corner now, that's a bit better that time. There. Doing about 140s round here. I think the GT3s might be mildly quicker, given that they're a lot better at cornering as the Audi. Once again, they seem to be taking this corner incredibly stupidly compared to everyone else, these Audis. So we're going to maybe manage to pull off the same move that we pulled on the Audi last lap. Out of the exit here, we're going to maybe get the slipstream. Oh, can we get it straightened up enough time? No. Or yes, we can, but it's going to allow an Audi to get away. Pulled off an 139 there. That ain't a bad lap time. However, the Audi ahead, still ahead. So that ain't the best. I'd preferably like to be ahead of this guy. Now just running down towards a corner that's basically just a leap of faith, really. Missing the grass this time. Clipping the grass and exit, I mean, is impossible at this corner because it's just gravel. However, clipping the grass and exit of other corners like that is quite common. Not so much the entry. However, oh dear, 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 dear. Audi's finally deciding that they're going to take the chicane hairpin thing. Okay, never mind. I was going to say they decided to take it normally this time, but no, they haven't. And that's always good to know. Now, here, as we're going to come round, oh, big slam on the brakes there. The Audi brakes a bit earlier than I would have done. Round that final corner we come now here. Try, keep the foot in, be nice and confident, but again, the Audi just seems to get the better line out of that final corner. Other than that one time is now... Oh, we had a look. Maybe throw some of the more beginner drivers off. However, not the Audi. Although we do need someone like that would maybe draw them in to a mistake there as the other Audi ahead, maybe slowing up the rest of the field a bit. Maybe. He did go outside that corner, so he might be a bit slower, but no, he's still in the back of that mark. Nose to tail here in Zandvoort. It's pretty hard to pass in these things. Just given their properties of handling. Although he's managed to get it done on braking a couple times. The Alpines were pretty good because I don't think they had as much issue with keeping up, because we can stick nose to tail all we want, but we can't make much moves here in Zandvoort in the GT2s. Just lob it up the inside. Desperation there on the Audi. Oh, he's washed up in front of us there. Try and get a straight line as out as early as possible. We managed to get side by side with him. Can we pull it round the outside? Yes! Lovely, we managed to make a move up now here into 9th. Oh no. Yeah, okay, here we come. Yeah, that's why we can't take our normal GT3/GT4 line around that corner. This thing does not have the cornering ability to do that, as we have just figured out there. So I thought one of them bounces were going to kill us, but no, we kept in a straight line, despite maybe being a bit high up in the air. Still chasing down the Audi ahead, 1.1 to him, 1.0 now here. I'm not sure we're going to get by him in the remainder of this race, however, there is always a chance. These things do corner, just not very well compared to GT4s, as the Audi takes it a bit weirdly on the mark there. I think he's just trying to find a way by, really. He's just extremely premature with everything. Oh, we've maybe outbraked ourselves a bit here. No, we actually managed to get it stopped. Compared to the Audi there, he's actually managed to... Oh, no! Oh, I thought we did it, but we just fell off the curb there, and the Audi's swept up in front of us. And has blocked us off. And now we come around the final corner now, hoping to maybe have a bit of a better final corner. Yes, we do. We actually get a run on the Audi now, down to, I believe this to maybe be the final lap of the race. Stick a bumper in there, and that's going to get us fully side by side now here on the Audi. Come on now, come on Maserati. Yes, we got by him. Now, we're not probably going to get by these Mercs by the end of this race, given I believe this could be the final lap of the race. In fact, yes, it will probably be, unless the leader is so far ahead. But I do think this will be the final lap of this race. Maybe not though, it didn't say final lap. However, look how much the Audi's managed to catch up down there. Is he going to go for a move? Or is he just going to sit behind? He is going to have to be forced to sit behind there. He's taking the car a bit too aggressively. So I don't think he's going to get a chance for the rest of the race, given that we're coming into my best sector, where I gain all my time on. Because the first two sectors I'm pretty crap on. However, oh no. Oh dear. Managed to hold the position there after going a bit deep into that corner there. Managed to get a run in the Audi. So I want to say we're safe, as I think this will be our final lap. Maybe. Unless the leader managed to get round the corner. He's got 10 seconds to get to the line. Is it going to be enough for him? It will be, yes. He's going to have 2 seconds left before we are on the final lap now here. So the Mercs ahead. I've spread out a bit. They've finished their squabble. Are basically forced to sit behind and watch to see what these guys do. Because I don't reckon we're going to get by these guys. I'm getting them on the braking zones easy, yeah, but not at all on the this early part of the lap. In fact, they'll get away in that. Yeah, they're away now. They're going to get away there. Bumpy. Around that corner there. That straight, kind of weird, wiggly straight thing. Wind our way up on the gravel again. Very bumpy. Once again, the Audi has another chance at looking, but he has at the curb again. Now, out to the corner we come now. On the power. Can we get anything on this mark? We've got 1.1 to him. So we get an absolutely superb, this, whatever this is. So it's only 6/10 now, so maybe, I'd say absolutely maybe. I said, that's the Oasis song. Yeah. However, are we going to get a run out the final corner? No, we're not. We're going to actually wash up. It's only going to be 8th here. From 16th, a track that's very, very hard to pass, as I've found out the hard way. Very, very hard to pass. They're the KTMs, of course. Of course it's the KTMs that have done well there to get round the track. They are definitely the most nimble out of these GT2 cars, as I figured out at Spa. They're, of course, the most nimble things in the world. They weigh less than paper. And that will be that. Great race, great race. So yeah, in the end, Zandvoort is a bit big for GT2 cars. However, it is still an absolute ton of fun to do. So yeah, that's going to end in 8th place there. Better than we did before in the Alpine. That was with a massive moment and ended up last place, I believe, for a bit. But yeah, that was a damn ton of fun, that. So yeah, we shall see you next time here. I'll make sure to like and subscribe, do whatever you want to do. If you want to see more GT Rally and Rallycross just crap, really. And yeah, we shall see you next time. Goodbye.